Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily God Gems with Lisa Renee. As humans, we are used to limitations in this physical world. Limitations in our physical energy and abilities, limitations with time constraints, limitations with finances, limitations with resources, and limitations in so many other circumstances. But there is one source without limitations, and that is God. Since we live in a world of limitations, we may naturally tend to limit God in our expectations in regard to answering our prayers or resolving issues, whether they be personal or on a national or a global scale. What seems impossible to us is not impossible for God, as Jesus teaches us in Mark chapter 10, verse 27. Let us look at two examples from the Prophet Elisha when he taught others to not limit God in their expectations. First, we read in 2 Kings chapter 4 about the widow and the olive oil. After her husband died, she approached Elisha with her problem that creditors were going to take her two sons as slaves in order to pay the debt. She explained that she had nothing else of value except for a small jar of olive oil. Elisha told her to ask her neighbors for empty jars and to not ask for a few. He instructed the widow to not limit her expectations. So she and her sons gathered every single jar in the community. And by the miracle of God, that one small jar of olive oil filled numerous jars they collected. She was able to pay the debt and even had full jars of olive oil left over. The second example about not limiting our expectations occurs in 2 Kings chapter 13, verses 14 through 19. The king of Israel was in a desperate situation against an enemy and sought the Lord through Elisha. Elisha instructed the king of Israel to strike the ground with an arrow, but he limited God and only struck the ground 3 times. Elisha told the king if he would have struck the ground 5 or 6 times, he would have completely destroyed his enemy. From these examples, we see that great things happen when we don't limit God and we don't limit him in our expectations. But when we do limit God with our expectations, we also limit his blessings for us because of our lack of faith. So as we pray, let us have expectations without limitations. And remember what Apostle Paul tells us in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, that God is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. Everyone have a wonderful day, and God bless you.